I'm Jonas Hapkist. I'm part of the Competency Working Group, and I'm one of the primary authors of the new book, Competency Assessment Guide.
I'm Clifford Whitcomb. I'm the chair of the Competency Working Group and also one of the main authors of the book.
Hi, I'm Ian Presland. I'm one of the main authors and member of the group and also the editor-in-chief of the book.
I'm Lori Zipes. I am the co-chair for the Competency Working Group and also a primary author of the Competency Assessment Guide.
And I'm Juan Amenabor. I am a member of the working group and also an author of the competency book.
Perfect. So tell me a bit more about the Competency Working Group.
The Competency Working Group is organized to be able to find a collaborative basis to bring together the different competencies that it would take to identify the field of systems engineering to systems engineers, organizations, individuals, even any engineers that are going to be working in systems engineering, but to find a consistent way of defining the competencies and the knowledge, skills, and abilities that it takes to be a systems engineer, but to do it in a way that we have several different kinds of organizations. So we have government organizations, we have industry, and different types of people with different roles. We're trying to gather this into one single type of structure and then try to get this stuff published and put out so that different organizations and individuals can make use of that in a nice one place to go, one-stop shopping.
A one-stop shop.
Perfect. So what would you say is the mission and the vision of your working group? What do you want to achieve?
Well, we want to be able to achieve that there's a set of competencies with knowledge, skills, and abilities that can define what systems engineering is as a profession and the types of levels of proficiency that you could achieve to be able to be an effective systems engineer.
Perfect. And then who can join your working group?
Well, anyone can join from INCOSE, and we would like to encourage anyone who would like to be able to continue to contribute. So it's been a working group that's been around since about 2010, so we've been working for quite a number of years now on some of these products.
Okay, so you just launched a new publication. Tell me about that.
Yeah, it's the Competency Assessment Guide and Framework. So it's kind of a book containing two distinct products within it. A framework which we originally opened up to comment back in 2018, but we've now captured an updated version of that with the feedback from that being out there for a few years, coupled with an assessment guide. So the framework is the competencies that Cliff's just kind of alluded to, and there's 37 of those, and they cover all aspects of systems engineering. You may not need them all in any particular role, but the ones that you might need are captured there as what they are and what would be indicators of competence in those, whether you're new to that competence area or an expert. And then the assessment guide is a way of validating whether you actually have got that competency. So it's all right to say that you need X, Y, and Z to actually be competent. How do you actually prove that? Well, this now contains the tests that you would do for each of the knowledge, skills, abilities, and behaviors to actually show that you really are at that level, and indeed what you might need to develop to move to the next level.
Perfect. And who is this guide aimed at?
It's really aimed at anyone as an individual or organizations who have a current need to decide where they sit in terms of their understanding of systems engineering. And that might be for a role or more organizationally, where the organization sits across all its participants. And if they want to move in a particular direction, maybe an individual wants to develop their career, or an organization wants to move into a slightly different domain, what areas of systems engineering they might have to do better or differently or get more expertise in to actually move that to the next level that they're after.
Perfect. And how did you find the process of creating this publication? How did it work for you guys?
It was a long process for sure. I mean, we mentioned Ian mentioned that we published the initial framework in 2018, and so it's been 5 more years for us to get to the point where we have this much larger publication here. But I think one of the things that was really nice about the whole experience was the breadth of participation we had over the years. Again, mentioned, academia and industry and defense and people literally international. So it was wonderful because that was the intent, was to make this representative of anyone who's doing systems engineering in any domain in any country in the world, and this would be relevant to them. So it was great to have that kind of participation over the years. But it was a lot of work, and it was difficult to come to consensus on things. And the last year has been very, very busy for us. So it's really very rewarding to finally see it get into print.
We really had a lot of collaboration, a lot of close collaboration, and just a lot of celebration along the way, because it's trying to get here with all the milestones we set for ourselves and things we put together, that we really worked well as a team putting this together.
Yeah.
Okay, and how would you say this has evolved since the original publication? How it's changed?
Well,
It's much bigger. From this much to this much.
Yeah, it is bigger. I think one of our challenges that Laurie's just really alluded to is when you involve people that have different perspectives, different viewpoints, then if you're not careful, the thing just grows because everyone is kind of right. And we had to, as a working group, decide which are the ones that we felt really mattered to the essence of systems engineering. So we actually have captured that level. And yes, there will be other things that haven't made it in here that might be quite specific to a particular domain or a particular area. And we'll feel that the ones that really matter to most system engineering roles in most companies, in most sectors of industry, whether that's public or private or academia, you will be able to get what you need out of this, but you tailor what's in here to make it right for your business. And that might mean taking a lot of stuff out, but it might equally well be adding some new stuff in that's specific to your business.
And another thing of the added value with the assessment guide is that we have sort of alluded more and divided more into more details. So the indicators in the first product has become more easy to understood, much more clearer. We have learned a lot more about by doing this. So there is higher value and more information that is actually useful for a reader in this document than in the previous one.
Yeah.
And finally, to sum it up, why should someone buy this book?
It's a great book. I would say it's not a bedtime read. There's some might say it is, but there's an awful lot of information in there captured from well over 100 participants, probably about 10 years worth of effort. So it is packed full of really interesting information that goes into quite significant detail on many areas that are often just talked about in broad brush terms, and we've tried to add the detail in there to make it useful, and I think that makes it a great book to have around if you as an individual are trying to work out what you need to do to become better and to develop your career, or if you're running an organization or a systems engineering team, or even a team of non-system engineers who do systems engineering, then actually using this can help you focus on the bits that really matter to the system engineering aspects to make that organization more effective in future.
And how to fill out the gaps that you identify through this process.
Yeah.
And I've also learned that reading it and making us discuss what we actually value as doing a systems engineer, what things are really benefits and good for us. And that discussion comes very natural by reading this book. So that's been one of the key points for me in doing this.
Yeah.
Perfect. Anything else you want to add?
Go buy it.
Yeah.